Hey everybody, welcome back. Today's February 10th, 2020. In this video, we're going to take a look at a top news story today. We had another shooting at a Walmart, this time in Forrest City, Arkansas. In this video, we're going to explore how these apparent false flag operations that continue to occur at Walmarts are going down by the numbers. And when I say by the numbers, I'm referring to two main topics of study in numerology that I decipher in every video. First is the dates on the calendar, both looking at date durations, date numerologies, and combining this with the language of Gematria, which is the practice and observation of coding numbers into words. This language is very simple. Each letter numbered 1 through 26 relative to its position in the alphabet. And when you start paying attention to these methods of numerology, you gain a much clearer understanding of what's really going on in this country. And ask yourself, why are these people continuing to go out at a Walmart, Of all places to make your stand, why would you go to a Walmart and do it? Well, again, America is a corporation, and all of these stories are manufactured, or so it seems. So let's get into it and show what's so weird about this Walmart shooting on the date February 10th, written 2/10. In the language of Gematria, with the alphabetic order reversed, one of the key base 4 ciphers, where Z is assigned 1 all the way through A as 26. Not only does Walmart shooting equal 210 in this method, but with the standard alphabetic order and capital letters taken into account, a cipher we call Francis Bacon Gematria. In this method, Forrest City also has a value of 210. Now, 210 is a pretty interesting number, because this dark occult that runs our mainstream media is worshiping the moon through numerology. In English Extended, the cipher which is most closely similar to Hebrew Gematria and Greek isopsephy, the word moon has a value of 210, just like Walmart shooting and the date February 10th. Now, whenever we talk about the moon, an important number to understand is 57. Not only does the word moon have an ordinal value of 57 in Gematria, but the moon has a 57-degree range in the sky around the equator, moving 28.5 degrees north and south throughout the course of its orbit. In Hebrew Gematria, the language in which Gematria is believed to have originated, notice how the moon, directly translated, has a numerical value of 223. And this number traces back to the Saros cycle, which is a period of 223 lunar phases, separating each eclipse from one another. This brings us to the business Walmart, which was founded on July 2nd, 1962. Measuring from that date to the date of this shooting is 57 years and 223 days. What's also interesting about this date, July 2nd, 1962, is that July 2nd was the date of the only total solar eclipse in the year 2019. So this event occurring exactly 223 days after Walmart's birthday and the eclipse. But check out something else that's very interesting about this age. If we translate this to weeks, we find that Walmart is exactly 3,006 weeks old on today's date. In base 4 Gematria, notice how the moon has a reduction value of 36. The 27 stands out. Walmart founded on the 2nd of July, the date of last year's eclipse. But also check out the numerology of Walmart's founding. 90 and 27, both of those numbers are also found in the gematria of the moon. So what are the odds that this all lines up so perfectly for Walmart on this date, and then we get a suspicious shooting in which, of course, police officers are being shot? And who's the front line in lying to the public and staging these false flag scenarios? Of course, it's the police. Even their agents seem to be coded. Notice how Chief Dion Lee is the one being interviewed here from Forrest City Police. Isn't it strange that the name Dion Lee sums to 60, 33, and 30? This is the same as police. So we understand now why there was a shooting at Walmart today. But why was this a shooting at a Walmart in Forrest City, Arkansas? There's thousands of Walmarts around the country. Why this one? Well, this comes down to the numerology of the local politicians. The mayor of Forrest City is the one we'll look at first. Williams was sworn in as mayor on January 1st of 2019. And this I'm supporting here with this video uploaded January 1st of 2019. Well, if you measure from that date, his first day in office, to the date of the shooting, you find it's been exactly 1 year and 40 days. Well, check out the ordinal gematria of the mayor. His name is Cedric Williams, which happens to equal 140. Converting this to months, we get 13 months and 9 days, or exactly 58 weeks. Well, these are interesting numbers because Freemasonry, the organization behind the police that stages these rituals, sums to 139 and 58. But what's more interesting is that in the reverse order, Forrest City sums to 139. And if you write out the full name of the city, Forrest City, Arkansas, sums to 271, which is the 58th prime number. So we get almost perfect alignments measuring from the date the mayor was sworn in to the date of the shooting, lining up with his name and the name of the city he governs. Also worth pointing out that the name Hutchinson equals 139. The governor of Arkansas is Asa Hutchinson. Notice how in Gematria, Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson sums to 2015 in English Extended Gematria. Well, 2015 just happens to be the year that Hutchinson was sworn into office. He was born on December 3rd of 1950, meaning that on the date of the shooting, he's 69 days after his 69th birthday. Walmart shooting equals 69, and here we are on the date 2/10. In regards to the number 69, remember false flag also summing to 69. False flags structured around the numerology of eclipses, the word eclipse equaling 69. In fact, if we measure to the next total solar eclipse, we get exactly 44 weeks, which might be why we're getting a shooting on this date, since that equals 44. But something else that's interesting about the word eclipse is that not only does it sum to 69 in ordinal, but in Jewish gematria we get a 192. Now you may recall last year in the month of August, we had one of the deadliest shootings in American history. 19 people are said to have been killed at a Walmart in El Paso, and that was a span of 192 days ago. Remember that shooting at the El Paso Walmart was on August 3rd, the date written 3/8 internationally. Mall equals 38, so does El Paso, Texas, 38, and the mayor of El Paso was sworn into office 38 days before that shooting. The name of the shooter in that story was also Patrick Wood Crucius, which sums to 83, just like murder, just like August 3rd, the date of the shooting. Furthermore, 83 is the 23rd prime number. The date of that shooting had numerology of 23, and in reduction, El Paso equaling 23. So all of these shootings at Walmarts completely by this code of Gematria. The name Asa Hutchinson, by the way, also lining up with his duration in office, going back to January of 2015. One last thing I could not ignore when decoding this shooting is that we also often look at the numerology of the state in which the shooting occurred, and Arkansas was admitted to the Union on June 15th. Well, I do want to point out that the date June 15th is interesting because it's written 15/6. And notice how the Hebrew word for eclipse, which actually translates, to impairment, when the moon is impairing the sun. Anyways, this word has gematria of 156, and this is because we get in eclipse always 1, 5, or 6 lunar phases after the most recent eclipse. And again, the numerology of eclipses, so important. 156, also the gematria of 33, which is the reduction value of eclipse. Anyway, going back to what I was going to mention, Forrest City, Arkansas, sums to 127. Well, if you measure to the next date of admission for Arkansas, you get a span of 127 days. This means it's been a span of 241 days since the last June 15th, very close to the ordinal gematria of the city. And it's not an exact match. However, this could be an example of the rule of Colel, a rule of Freemasonry which, as I mentioned, is clearly involved in staging this ritual. All right, guys, that's going to do it for this decode. Thanks to everybody who popped in the live chat. Peace, love, God bless, and we'll talk to you all soon. See ya!